Fellow plays a part of Malcolm on our CBS hit show Switch. It's our guest today on Omelet. He's Charlie Callas, and he's intrinsically, you can't look at him without the corners of your mouth turning up. Are these short naps helpful to you?
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. You seem to you acquire dialects very easily. You're very good with that, Charlie.
Yes.
And a mad look about you.
Huh?
One has the impression, right, that you might fly off into outer space at any time.
Yes. I might do that at any moment. You can't tell. Good heavens. Look at it.
You like that? Can we do a brother act together?
We'd rather be funny than make lots of money.
You know, people who watch our show
Are crazy to watch it because I'm nuts myself.
That's right. But one of the great things of our show, you'll never know until I tell you now, is that great potato chip commercial you do. It comes in our program. You're dressed in a long white toga, you look like Moses.
I shot that about a year ago. They're still running that. That's for, I forgot what Muncho is.
Yes, and it breaks up all of us on the show, no matter how many times we see it.
They show it here?
Yeah.
Oh, my
right
word.
Louisville, that's right.
Yeah.
How? What I particularly like is you do a sound effect of how light a chip is. Do you remember that?
Something, I don't know. I shot it about a year ago. That's right, yes.
You look very good in a gown, I might say.
A lot of time, yeah.
I do like the ease with which you slip into characterizations, where you play an Asian, an Oriental, and switch, and the other sketches.
Oh, you like those type of things when I play a fellow from Pakistan or Calcutta. I love it myself. I have such fine time doing it.
It's very convincing.
Oh, thank you.
I believe you. You know, I believe whatever role you play.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
You probably have, Charlie, you probably have the most interesting of the three big roles on Switch.
Well, one of the reasons is because I can do so many. They allow me to do a lot of different characters, so it doesn't get boring for me. I can't play always the same leading man, gorgeous type, class. You know, that's not my style. I like more the. I'm getting crazy early in the morning. Go ahead. Ask me something else.
No, you're doing.
Hurry up, will you?
You're doing fine. I don't think you need me at all.
It's fun doing it, and it's a ball working with Robert Wagner and the Albert.
We met Bob Wagner, and we're impressed with the fact that...
Gentleman.
Yes.
Gentleman. Pussycat.
A really nice person, and despite the fact that he's been a big name for a long time, extremely agreeable and very professional in his approach.
Well, I'll tell you, the first time I met him, he said, "Who are you?" The first time we met, I've never been many that gracious. I mean, let's face it, let's be honest. He's a good-looking guy, and he's even better looking inside. He's just a nice guy.
So it's a good
And
set.
that's great. It's not like, hi, I'm Robert Wagner. It's just movie star type. He's plain, nice fella.
When you work with people like Flip Wilson and Jonathan Winters, do you play off each other a lot?
Oh, yeah. I did a show on the Andy Williams series. I was on that show once. And Jonathan Winters was the guest. And we sat down on two chairs, and they had the cameras rolling for about 15 minutes. And we had the audience call out things for us to do. You know, we're two airline pilots over the Atlantic, and we've run out of gas. Or we're two soldiers. Jonathan would start to do things. I found myself looking at him. As an observer, as somebody in New York, I got so hung up on what he was doing that I forgot what to do. The man was brilliant, really utterly brilliant.
He's a great improviser.
Oh, good heavens, oh yeah.
Who else? Who makes you laugh, Charlie?
Sophia Loren.
Laugh?
Everybody makes me laugh. I mean, you know, I like to laugh. Good heavens. Because I know how it is to be up there in one.
Who are the inventive minds? Who are the funny guys? Outside of Jonathan Winters. Flip Wilson?
Yeah, there's Flip. There's, I mean, they all have something to say. I like Jackie Gleason. I think he's going to be considered a genius.
Right.
You know, in years to come, when you look back and saw all the things that he did. I like them all. I can appreciate Alan King for what he does. Same with George Carlin. There's a fellow who knocks me silly. His name is Pete Barbuti. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's an ex-musician, but he's a, you know, comedy. We were talking about that yesterday. About I'm in a new Mel Brooks film, the silent movie.
Right.
And we're talking about what makes people laugh. There is no set formula. Mel Brooks is a good editor. He knows what to put down on film so that the average person will. If he put down what was really in his head, or if I put down, nobody would laugh, except a few inside people. You see what I mean?
Right. It said in your biography that you were a drummer
Yeah.
at Copa in '62, and you realized then that you could make people laugh. I get the impression that you were a funny kid as well, that you made your classmates.
Only when I wanted to. No. People think that you're always precocious and nuts and acting, and no. It only if I were to do something and then somebody would tell me 2 days later, do that thing that you did, I'd clam up. I wouldn't do it. When I was introvert as a kid, I was a dreamer. I hated school and I loved geography and history. Why? The past, and I could go to different places and things, and I was always dreaming. But I wouldn't do things if you told me to, do that Japanese thing that you did about the
Right.
I wouldn't do it. But I was playing drums with Ralph Montieri. I remember we were playing for Frankie Lane, the singer. And while he was singing, it's 3 o'clock, Joe, I started making faces at the audience. And he'd be looking at me. So I had the ability to make people laugh without saying anything. And I said, I think I'll become a star. So I put down my drumsticks, did a club date. The next day I picked up my drumsticks again. Get off the stage! Off! O-F-F! They were claiming I was too close to the microphone. They said too close to the building,
But if you're getting laughs when the singer's on, he's probably not happy about that,
No,
too.
of course not. Anyhow, I developed and whatever.
I'm amused by what CBS says about you. You have a cat-like instinct for survival. You have audacious and sometimes, I'm afraid, a quirky imagination and multitudinous contact. What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. I have no idea. There's anything about my salary?
Yeah. No, they said you're a lovely fellow, but you have a quirky imagination.
Well, then that's probably me. No, Malcolm is the type of guy, the character that he plays. If you want the Italian Navy, he'll get it for you. If you want something, anything, he can get things for you. Just bordering on this side of the law, And it's a ball. It's a ball for me.
You have a couple of children, haven't you? What kind of a father are you?
Charming, nice.
Permissive?
Yeah, well, I have 2 boys. Yeah, 2 boys. And one is playing in Las Vegas. He's playing drums. He's got a group.
In show business.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. It gives you a lot of things together.
In fact, he plays at the Hilton in the lounge.
You like live audiences, don't you? You respond to them very well.
If I had a choice, no, you see, it depends upon what mood. I'm very ambivalent. Sometimes I say, I can't stand getting up at 5 to do film. I want to work. And then when I'm on the stage working, I want to do film again.
Yeah.
It depends upon, I fluctuate back and forth. The idea is to do both of them, so it keeps me happy.
Charlie, would you be good enough, as we sign off, to say something in Callas to the Omelette audience on TV 11?
I certainly would, Ollie. Don't forget to watch Switch. It's a good show, and we like doing it. Could you lend me a couple dollars till things pick up?
Charlie Callas, it'd be a pleasure.
Okay.